I'll go back just a step. If you weren't able to complete everything, you want to work more on the big book with the other story that we did, feel free. But we're going to move on to Wednesday, our regular schedule, with our anthology book, and the story is Astronaut Handbook. You can see it's animated. It's really very nicely done. It is long. However, there are a lot of pictures. So it's not like constant reading, as you can see here. It's a lot of fun. You'll see certain things they do and how their food is. Not like you think here on Earth. It they do have a restroom. They do have things they have to do. How many of you would like to go into that program? Wow, who knows? We may have several astronauts there. All right, the next thing, and the story is there, this week's reading. And then the next thing you're going to do is your CRC book, Astronaut's Handbook. And it says, how does the author use words that are a little different maybe than what we normally think of, and illustrations to interact with the reader? Maybe a little different this time. All right, you have 3 pages to do. They start at 180 to 182. Here is some other information. How do the illustrations and labels help you understand the text? There was a lot of labeling in this particular one, a great many diagrams and such. So take a look, pause it if you need to help you with answers. As I had said, the cartoon illustrations or animated illustrations are for fun. All right. Over here talks about on page 182. That's another story, I think, Miss Park.
I know. I
just want to make sure I'm in space the right way. It's being in that mood. You're almost there. There you go. To give you an idea of what I learned, you know, I hope a lot of you go into science. You don't have to do a lot here. You just have to put label and the page number if you don't want to write a sentence. Key phrases are fine. Same here, you might want to write a sentence, and down below, definitely. All right. So just look at what it's being said. I love this. Write some clues that tell why the pages are funny. So, because it's very serious work they're doing, and I certainly do admire them. All right. So that is your, excuse me, your pages and such for CRC and the anthology book. In Math 17, we're on lesson 6. And it says unit fractions, and they'll explain here.
How can a fraction name a part of a group? Think about this question during the lesson. A group of 8 people is in line for movie tickets. What fraction of the group of people are wearing red? What fraction of the people are not wearing red? A fraction can name parts of a set or group of objects or people. Let's look at how to write fractions. One person in the set is 1/8 of the total. Total number of people. Number of people not wearing red. What would you say when reading this fraction? 7/8 of the people are wearing red. 1/8 of the people are not wearing red.
It just gives you an idea of how to state the information. Also, don't forget that you have the step up math sheets. It's recommended that you do them. If you don't have time, maybe you just want to take a look at them and just do it like you would do here. Just kind of get an idea how you do it. But give it a chance. Take a look at it. It's there to help you. All right. The other thing you're going to be doing, and if you haven't yet, if you have not done 1 through 4 on the math test, you do have time. You want to go back and look at the videos, like I said, please do it. Be fair to yourself. Just don't go do it. All right. We'd like to see how well you can do. Okay. Now, you have your reading to do for 20 minutes. You have your PE. I did mention about science. If you come up with any questions tomorrow, ask us. We're glad to help you. Or if you have a question today, that those of you who are here on Tuesday, say something, because this is the only way we can be of help to you, and we want to. All right, you know about the writing, which I love. It's about yourself, but you are now much older. So enjoy it, okay? This is fun. And I really like to see what some of your ideas are. Maybe you want to draw some pictures or photographs or something. But was that someone's that put it in?
Yep, I'm not going to show
Oh,
it to you
yeah.
guys, but that's just an idea. So you can tell that this person, they wrote a paragraph. You know, they made it interesting. So you could, yeah, and you guys can add photos, you can add color, whatever you guys want to do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm anxious to see where you're going to be in 10 years.
I'm just gonna really quickly show, like Ivana put a quick picture of
Paul, you okay?
this banana, right? So look, she added all these fun photos, okay? So you guys can do that as well.
May I ask what that other sheet was, Miss Park? Was that,
Which one?
you had a yellow, it kind of flashed up. Was that anything we needed to
I
talk
don't think
about?
so.
Okay.
The only other thing we guys have is going to be your 5 things. So your spelling and vocabulary practice and the grammar mechanics words to know, and we've shown you that. Just for those of you who didn't attend yesterday, I will quickly go over your science test again. All right, so let's go over that. So science unit 4. So how are plants able to grow in a dark cave? The answer is there is little light near the opening where plants can grow. Camilla planned an investigation. Which plant looks green and healthier? It's going to be plant B with 20 teaspoons. Which sentence does not show a necessary part of her planning? It's going to be D. Plants should be labeled with the same marker. You don't need that. How do animals help plants make more plants? They help by spreading their seeds. How could dandelions seeds be dispersed? And it's going to be all of the above. All of those can disperse the dandelion seeds. How does the structure of a flower help a butterfly pollinate? The pollen of the flower is sticky, so it can stick on the butterfly. Which living things can you find in the schoolyard? And the answer is all of the above. Which sentence best tells why a plant lives in its habitat? It is because the habitat has what the plant needs, whether that be certain types of weather, certain types of animals, certain types of soil, certain types of trees. True or false? Some animals are able to live in 2 different habitats because both habitats meet the animal's needs. That's going to be true. Which habitat would you find animals eating nuts and berries and finding shelter in trees? That is going to be the forest. Which habitat would you find animals digging burrows to stay cool? That's going to be the desert. Which habitat would you find animals using the grass as food and shelter? That's going to be the grasslands. Which sentence best explains why a rainforest is a good habitat for birds? And the answer is the rainforest has treetops with fruit. Your teacher asks you, I hope that tomorrow this doesn't go like that. Okay,
Be careful of 13. We'll have to remind.
yeah, I think which best explains why. Okay, let's just do this. Which best explains, and then I think it'll stay. Okay, your teacher asks you to do a research project. What is the last step? Write notes about the information you read. Yeah, now it shows the birds. Okay. What part of a turtle best helps protect its enemies? It's going to be the shell. An ocean is a large body of, let me show you guys. Shell is a large body of salt water. A pond is a small body of fresh water. Both ponds and oceans gives plants and animals what they need. What step does not belong in the investigation of how to find how many different types of animals live in a tide pool? You don't need to measure how deep the tide pool is. You don't need to do that. And then the last question, which pattern is true about animals in the ocean? All ocean animals can survive in salt water. So that is your science test for this week again. What we're gonna do is tomorrow, we are going to post this on Google Classroom. You will click on the link and you will answer it. And then at the end, it'll ask you to submit. Okay, so that is your science test. And then I think that's it. So if you guys want to stay on, we will be reviewing the science test answers. Oh, and then I know I had a friend ask about what a key detail is. So let us go over key details. Okay. Was it this one?
Was it I thought it was reading. Like with the yesterday.
Okay, let's check that.
I think it was in workshop. Let me look.
Let's see. All right, well, regardless, let's see where that was.
Here it is. It's in the workshop book. It's on 439. It was after our story with dive teams and main ideas. It says key details. Now, main idea and key, it's the next page, 439.
Yeah, there it goes.
There you go. The main idea is the most important point an author makes about a topic. What does he want you to know first off? Key details tell about and support. So they tell you other things about the main idea. So if you're talking, let's say about this dive team and what they do, they're going to tell you some things that have to be a part of the dive team. Think of it as having the team, and what other things would you need? What do you have to do? They can't just go out and jump in the water because they're a dive team. They have responsibilities, and this is where details come in. So the main idea they were talking about was dive teams. Details, there are many jobs a dive team, like I said, they can't just jump in the water and everybody knows what to do. All right. What other things about them? What other things? And they have to know and do their jobs well. Everyone is depending on each other. That's why it's called a team, teamwork. Okay. I'm glad you asked if you weren't sure. That's great.
Mm-hmm. And then what you can also do, because so it says, so what Ms. Dominguez says is the main idea is the dive teams. The details are there are many jobs on a dive team, and then so give other details that support that what we're talking about. So you can say that they have to work together. The teamwork is important for a dive team, so you can say that teamwork is very important because they depend on another and they divide up the tasks and they have to help to get them done.
I might even go down to prepare before the dive team, before the team dives. They prepare for their special jobs. They have to get ready to do them before they ever probably get in the water. Okay, you've got different ones here. If you go to the next page where it says the team has important results, Well, they wouldn't have that result if they didn't all do what they were supposed to do. And maybe they discovered a ship, a sunken ship. How exciting.
So for here, if you guys were to write it, then you guys, let's see if I can add it on here. Okay, no, I can't. So you could write here. So the main idea is about dive teams. The details that you guys learned are there's many jobs on a dive team. Another detail you guys can write is that dive teams have to work together in order to complete their mission. Another detail is that they have to prepare before they dive so that, you know, that they're being safe and that they can, you know, help each other and achieve their goal. You can even say another detail is that, you know, they explore underwater and they help, you know, learn, gather more information about things in the ocean that like might be already there, like plants and animals, or they might be diving underwater to locate something that has gone missing, like, you know, like the sunken ship. So there's lots of things that dive teams can do inside of the water. So hopefully that helps. If not, I will explain that a little bit better for that student afterwards. All right, guys. Is there anyone you want to stay behind, Ms. Dominguez?